I'm in Salt Lake City with Chris and Jerica again. And yeah, just really awesome memories there.
I cannot get this.
Three cops asked me to get out of the car and talk to them. Akela was not happy. Next video, you'll watch me arrive in Iceland, which is so wild. I'm so tired. Woke up around 5:30. I'm in Salt Lake City with Chris and Jerica again, and we're gonna hit the gym this morning. This is my last day here in the city, and then I gotta get moving with taking care of the van, and then hopefully taking care of a few more things that I need, because I fly out in like a week for Iceland, and I don't want anything to get in the way of that. Nothing quite like going to the gym when it's still dark.
I love you too. I love you too.
Do you want to eat your food after we go for a walk? That would be a very strong yes. Sit. Okay. I am doing well. I just wanted to give you a call back and touch base. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I didn't want to interrupt anything or be a nuisance, and so I thought the note would be a good way to contact you. I'm in the back seat with my grandma, and we roll down that driveway, you know, the path to the shed, and I see my dad with the three boys. They're up on the roof and they're shingling, and there are two bears that walk right behind our car. And we just could not believe it. We were like, oh my gosh. Grandma was just so devastated. Fearing for her life. And it was just, I just cannot believe I remember that, because I was a really, really little girl, but it was really something. Yeah. And we would catch crayfish in the river. My mom and I would always have competitions. Who could catch the most crayfish or the biggest crayfish. And yeah, just really awesome memories there. Okay, thank you so much for giving me a call. I appreciate it, and we'll stay in touch. All right, bye. If you guys have been here for a little while, you know about that piece of land up in northern Wisconsin. That's pretty special to me, special to my family. And that's where we had built a small, you can't really call it a cabin. We called it the shed. It doesn't belong to us anymore. So I left a note on the door just with my name and number, and I asked her to give me a call, and at the very least just keep me in mind if she decides to sell it, because I would be interested in purchasing that back. And so I just talked with her for probably half an hour. She's in her 60s and said that, you know, when she decides to sell it, that she'll let me know first. So basically I have a big to-do list of things that I can get done while I'm in the city. So I do have my passport and vaccine proof, and I'm gonna make sure that I don't lose these things. I also need proof of a negative COVID test 72 hours prior to departure. I can just do this preliminary stuff online and then go get my test. All right, moving on to the next item on my list. I need to do an oil change. It is about due, and I like to change it a little bit before it's due, just to be cautious. So Chris has an oil pan and a nice flat drive, so instead of bringing it in, I'm just gonna do it myself. And this is the perfect time to give a huge thanks to Pennzoil for sponsoring today's video.
Get this.
When you live out of a van, oil changes aren't necessarily something that you can just avoid. So I am excited to be working with Pennzoil for a few different reasons. So as I'm sure some of you noticed, I'm using 0W20 instead of 5W20. Few reasons for this. I did work directly with the Pennzoil team and talked with them about what's best for my engine. I had a few questions specifically on some of the parts that I just replaced and whatever. I also called a few people in one of the dealerships, said actually that might be better for your engine. The other thing that I really like about this is the little green carbon neutral symbol. This green badge means a few things. They're working to improve the energy efficiency of their facilities and to offset their carbon emissions. Some ways that they're doing this is by using more recycled content in their plastic bottles. They also support carbon offsetting projects that naturally remove CO2 from the atmosphere while improving biodiversity, protecting endangered species, and supporting local communities.
Every last drop.
Personally, I found it important to read up on these details, so I'm leaving a link below in case you'd like to do the same.
Are you just loving on your ball?
The oil is dropped off. I also picked up some extra headlights just because they're always good to have on hand. I feel like I've done pretty good today. What else do Akela, what else do we have to do? She's out. And we'll just get the small camper van. It is front wheel drive, it's not 4-wheel drive, but they still say it's really great for the winter.
Yeah, I asked them I said, are you sure this car is okay for November? And they said, well, I'll have our mechanics or whatever send you an email. And so they did send me an email and says, yes, it is fine for November, but just like any November weather, you know.
We get snowed in, and I just did all my dishes. I haven't really had dishes in a long time because I'm just not very good at doing my dishes. So that's why. But now I have lots of clean dishes. Thank you, Chris and Jericho, for letting me use your sink. And I need to fix this pot. My handle's getting a little loose, so I gotta fix that. Clean dishes and a secure pot handle. We are living, Akela! This smells really bad. What time do we want? When are you picking it up?
I was just going to pick it up by 12 and
On the 9th?
drop it off by 12 because, by the time you get all your luggage and stuff.
It's like an hour.
Yeah.
10 minutes. So
really it's your fault.
no, because you wouldn't have been ready anyway.
Shut up. So cozy it is in here. We're gonna light a candle when we get
Like, look at.
Shut up! It's clean for me, okay? Well, I just got a light shining through my window. It freaked me out at first. 3 cops asked me to get out of the car and talk to them. Akela was not happy. So I'm just staying like across the street from Chris and Jericho's house. They don't have parking in their driveway and there's people parked all along these streets, but somebody called the cops on me just because they noticed that I was living out of my van. I just told them that, yeah, I do live out of my van, but I'm here visiting friends, and I don't know. It always just shakes you up a bit, having to step out of your vehicle with 3 cops surrounding you, taking your name and birthday and asking you questions. They were very kind and said, like, obviously everything's fine. You're fine where you are. You don't have to move and whatever. And they're like, we'll let you get back to sleep. And yeah, so I'm probably going to keep reading. I'm a little shaken up. I probably won't be able to sleep, so. All right, good night. Last night, the cops, as they were walking away, they said, oh, by the way, your registration is expired. So I just got back from the DMV. So I'm glad I did that. So I'm gonna go put this on. And then I have a few more things to do, and then I'm out of here. The best part about spending all that time in the city to figure out details before Iceland is that it left us a few days to go to our absolute favorite place, and the place that we've been calling home for quite some time. So Akela and I have returned to the desert, and it feels absolutely amazing. It is exactly what I need before 2 weeks in Iceland.
And you ever wonder if days like these last with one another, with the feeling pass? Would you find out with me?
This is one of the most beautiful mornings ever. Akela and I have been here for a few days, and we're gonna stay for a few more. It feels really good just to be in a spot for a long time instead of moving all over the place or needing to find different parking within a city, which we've been doing too much of lately. So this is our little home base, and right there, that's my bathroom that I set up so that I'm not digging all over, and there's not really any trees or like cover around here, so that tent is just so nice, so I can have privacy. And whenever I set that up, it really feels like home. Actually, it kind of might be strange to hear, but that's the truth. One of the things that I'm really working on this week is just maintaining my routine, because that has so much to do with my mental health. I'm gonna sit down for a few hours on my computer and then hopefully find some time later this afternoon to work out. Akela's hanging out in the shade. We just got back from a run. Basically, I've worked on the computer all day, took Akela on a run, and now I'm going to lift a little bit. For the next few days, I am going to focus on routine, waking up early, getting my nutrition in, getting my activity in, and taking some really solid time to ground myself before going to Iceland and before traveling.
That was a loud grunt. How are you?
So with that, we are going to leave you here. And next video, you'll watch me arrive in Iceland, which is so wild. Thanks for all the love and support, guys. Akela and I will see you next week.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.